I mean, is Michigan any good?
Yeah, Michigan's pretty good. Depends on who you ask.
Are they ranked?
What are you on? Are you on Twitch or something?
I am on Twitch.
Oh, okay.
The LCS thing has made me making a lot of different thoughts and a lot of different decisions. Uh, which I'll tease this. Actually, let me pull this up. I could tease it on stream now. This graphic will be going out. Let me save this as a JPEG.
So are you gonna upload these to YouTube then, or are they just staying on Twitch
Yeah,
now?
no, I'm gonna upload them to YouTube because I wanna be able to have consistent content on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, that I'm let me do that. I want to be able to have consistent content there, but it is very apparent that like growth is just gonna be better on Twitch, and
Yeah.
I keep denying that I want to be a content creator, but I think at the end of the day, all of my actions are dictating that, and it's just smart to be on Twitch.
Yeah. I was called the fortune teller of Riot's announcement.
You were.
Huh.
You predicted everything.
I was more meaning it as a joke. I just want to be clear, but
Did you mean it as a joke?
apparently people just do what I say. No, going back to the Carolina thing, those 4 losses though, I know people are gonna say 4 losses, oh no, but that's basketball. It was a 4 loss streak, and it was 4 games played inside of 8 days. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was the
So
tournament, right?
yeah, it was a tourney. They played 2 games in a row, lost. Went to IU, like Assembly Hall, which is a pretty hard place to play, regardless, and lost. And then went to where is it? And then Virginia Tech beat them in Virginia Tech. So it was 2 games in Portland at a tournament, and then 2 games on the road back to back, and they lost. So I'm not completely worried.
Let me pull this up here. Are you able to see the screen at all on Twitch?
Yeah.
I made this, so this will be my permanent schedule.
Oh dang.
Going forward,
Dang.
where minimum 3 Twitch streams a week. Monday and Saturday will be mostly just like playing solo queue. If I can organize things of like interacting with other communities and trying to go that route, uh, then I will. Wednesday will be the podcast here, and then uploading everything to YouTube immediately afterwards, alongside TikTok and YouTube Shorts, still twice a day, every day, with a full-on graphic and everything. So that's the plan. You're muted. Did I mute you by accident?
I muted myself. My bad.
Way to go.
That that you make the graphic though? That's kind
Yeah,
of wild.
I made that myself.
Dang. You're gonna be super busy.
Not really. It's not much workload on top of what I already do.
Oh,
That's a,
fair enough.
all of the YouTube videos I'm gonna make sure that I can make from Twitch.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'll be utilizing content to make other content.
That's smart.
That way I don't have to do too much. And it's not it is not hard to, if I have like a 5 or 6 minute video that I want to talk about something specific, I can just set up my phone and do that and have it done in 10 minutes. Like I've gotten to
Dang.
the point where I've done content creation enough that I know how to mass produce it.
Nice. Nice.
The question is where can this go? Because I'm just worried, and this will segue into what we kind of have to talk about. But all of the LCS stuff came out, and I'm terrified of what the future of the LCS is going to be like.
Yeah.
TSM Loki looking smart for looking elsewhere.
I mean,
Not with the purest intentions, but
yeah, the definitely like when you look at it, the last week I would say has been abysmal for LCS.
Yeah.
Like I I don't even know what you say because the announcement went about as poorly as it literally felt like a joke. Like the whole announcement time frame.
Yep.
Like it was the thing I joked about a week ahead. Of course, like I was saying that's what a like Roger Goodell would do as a joke, because Roger Goodell would have been way ahead of this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I was saying all that, and then when they came out and did it, we were literally in DMs making jokes. Like there's no way they actually did the exact thing I said when I was joking around. Like it was pretty bad. And then so far we haven't got any response because
They're all on
like
vacation.
a real response, I would say, about it because your CEO is on a uh, mental health break. So I mean, what are you gonna do? There's nothing you could do there, I'd say. So really, people are just left creating their own narratives, not forged by media, and the media that they do have, they didn't really give, I would say, enough ammo to
No.
help them navigate it because like at least one thing a lot of other sports brands do really good at is giving the media stuff to say. You have to have your people, like your PR people, and that would be like what Gafford. You're now, I mean,
No, I
not
mean
like toot your own
I'm
horn. You're a big part of the positivity movement of LCS.
I I am part of that because I get emails from the story mob who helps run like all of Riot stuff, and
Hmm.
I think I can. Let me try and pull. Well, I don't know if I'll be allowed to pull one up on stream, even if the embargo has passed. But basically, it's like I'll get an email 2 days beforehand and be like, "Hey, this is going out. Like, just so you know, here's all of our point." Like, they'll provide the talking points and like everything that they're gonna say, but they at least let the media know, so that the media can prep for it. We can,
Yeah.
put out content in any capacity like that. And just there was nothing this time, like nothing at all. No notification. It just randomly sprung up, and it's like,
Yep.
what the hell?
And even like your, I would say like the even Dom's been a lot more positive lately. I feel like on streams and stuff, and even Dom was just like I don't know what to say to this. I mean, he was like, he even went in a video and he just goes, "Yeah, I mean, it benefits me because I don't have a normal job. I do Twitch streaming, which is like a different type of job." And he's like, "But I'm not really understanding how this builds your audience." He was
It
like,
doesn't.
"There's basically no live interaction now."
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying that you have to have a sport, I guess, on your when you're gonna do your championship game, right? Because championship games can be whatever, but most sports try to keep their scheduling around when they would do their championship games. Like their biggest games of the year are very telling of where their schedule will lean on. Like for football, it's Sunday. For NBA, they do a lot of Thursday, Wednesday, Friday type stuff, and Thursday night is now getting really big for NBA when football dies or when football finishes for the season. And then you have like college basketball has huge Saturday days. Like 80 games are played on Saturdays usually for college
Yep.
basketball. And that's when they have a lot of their big stuff. And then the big games played like on a Monday. And
Yeah.
it's like Monday is a generic, I guess, like big day for basketball. Sunday's huge for football and Saturday. I've never seen any sporting outlet be like, "Hey, we're gonna put our biggest game of the year on a Thursday or Friday night."
Well, I can speak to the NFL. Like, nobody wants Thursday night football when trying to buy those
No, yeah,
rights. Like, this is not me speaking on
it's
behalf of
true.
Disney, to be very clear. This is me speaking on my time at CBS. Uh,
Hmm.
Nobody wanted Thursday night football. That was like the consolation prize. Like, well, if I can't have anything else, I guess I'll have this piece of shit. But like, there's a reason why it's on Prime Video now, and like
Yep,
Amazon has it, because like it's nowhere near the cost of the other days. And to your
yep,
point on Monday with college basketball, like the thing is that also plays into the nature of the audience. It is
yep,
easier to fill up a stadium on a Monday whenever all of your college kids are there,
yep,
because your student section is just going to be absurd, because then everybody's going to class the next day talking about it. Like, that plays into the
yep.
nature of the audience that you have there.
Mhm.
So it works on weekdays. Whereas here, it's like you just don't give a shit. You're throwing EU viewers a bone and that's it, and giving
Yeah,
fuck all of a care about North America.
because it's not even like it's nights, right? Like nighttime would have made sense. Like if you tell me Thursday night and Friday night, sure, I'm kind of following mentally. I'm like I can see your vision a little bit. But when they said Thursday day, I was like, day? I was like, what's day mean? Like, and they were like, hey, 3 p.m. Eastern. I was like, wait, so I just missed the first two
Yeah.
games? Like, I just missed the first two games of every single day and I just let it be? Or I watched them on my phone, which, even worse in my opinion, like, I get that the logic is that everybody has chargers or whatever. My phone is usually getting more dead as the day goes on at work. So, like, I'm not going to waste my battery to watch LCS at this point. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, for my drive home, which I know a lot of people say, oh, just charge it in your car or whatever. But I'm not going to use a ton of data and, like, a ton of all that, even though there's unlimited data. Like, you clearly get cut if you're watching YouTube all the time
Oh yeah.
on your
You
phone.
you you feel it once you hit that throttle point.
Yep, and I'm not gonna just walk into the throttle point every week trying to watch LCS. So I'm at the point where I'm just like, I'll catch the games I can catch, which is never a good sign when most fans start saying, I'll watch the VOD, because VOD
No.
watching just leads to slow death
It does.
for a
And
fan.
that's the amazing point that I've seen people argue is like, "Oh, I'm already on VOD. People can do it." It's like you don't pay for VOD rights. You pay for
No,
like live media
yeah,
rights because people want to watch it live. And if
hmm
they like if you don't have it live, you're going to cut your audience and like it's like a new car. You pull off the lot
yep,
50%. You go to VOD, I'd argue worse, probably like 30% at
mm,
best. Check out the LCS VODs and look at the viewership that they get. It's nothing
yep,
at all compared to everything else. And even then, you
yeah,
go in, all the comments are people that already watched it rewatching it.
yep.
So
That's
you're
actually true. Actually true.
like,
Like they even TV shows, like now they've been doing this thing where they say, don't forget to set your DVR the show, whatever. But even when they're doing that, executives are in the corner like with that like smiling meme where in the background the guy is crying
yep,
because like people DVRing your TV show is not a good sign. Like
no.
when if most of your audience is DVR, you're just kind of in the background like, oh no, we need product placement everywhere now. Like we are hosts, we're getting nothing. Like nobody's trying to sit here and go, "Hey, Are you, bro? You want to set up a time to watch the LCS VODs on Thursday?" Like nobody's saying that. Hey, bro, let's get together and watch the VODs. Just don't look at the spoilers. Just don't be on Twitter or like Reddit or anything for the next 8 hours, and let's go watch the VODs after work. This will be sick, bro.
There's
Like
going to be a
no, on a
market though.
Thursday night
Like
I'll just watch football.
some content creator is eventually going to do that though, where they watch all of the LCS VODs on Saturday and Sunday during normal LCS time and just go through and like skip all the commercials, skip everything else because you're allowed to watch them free, like without penalty after 24 hours. And it's like there's gonna be that one bozo that like literally
Mhm.
stays off the internet, like is not on Twitter, is not on Reddit, but can just go and do that and just like will
Yep.
hide Twitch chat and just farm it.
Yep.
But the rest of us, like I couldn't do that. I'm not gonna watch 5 games that I've already seen. I'm gonna watch the LEC.
Yep.
Like it's on at the same
I
time.
I remember Captain's no, no, no.
Captain Flowers did it
Captain
for Worlds
Flowers did it.
last year.
Yes. I almost said Captain Sparkles,
But
and I was trying to
he only ever did that because I
the riot
obviously like
embargo.
the
Yeah.
yeah the riot embargo and China's difference here. But even then,
hmm
he deleted Twitter, he never
Yep.
checked Reddit. Like he went to such extreme measures that are not sustainable for normal life at all.
Yep.
And it's like your
And
normal person is not going to do that.
I don't remember what views he was averaging, but I remember it wasn't something like it was like 5K, I think, a stream. Which I mean isn't I'm not saying that's bad or anything, but if that's what you're getting for Worlds, you gotta usually cut that in half for LCS. Or
Well,
even more.
more than yeah, way more than
So
that.
yeah, so I would say like there's gonna be a guy doing it who maybe averages 1 to 2K viewers if he's popular enough and he's doing it. But it would take a very popular guy like a casual type to get to 1 to 2K people to do that with him. And he would have to have a diehard community of just everybody not doing anything. Really good mods, which you can get. Like you could have some really good mods who just delete everything in the chat, and that'd
Yeah.
be that.
Even then it's tough. And I'll shout out Mason just because he's bitching in chat. Hi, Mason.
Hi, Mason.
Did I tell you that I met Mason at World's Finals?
Really?
Yeah. I got to talk
He
to him for
was
a bit.
there?
He's tall as shit.
Really?
Like taller than me.
Mason's that tall?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's like holy like he walked up and dude just like could literally kick the shit out of me. I was like, "Oh my god." I was not expecting this. Like he always told me that he was a taller guy, but I didn't believe it.
Mhm.
Something about his voice just does not strike me as like I'm gonna tower over the 6'4" guy.
Yeah.
I mean, you could still kick his ass in a fight, but like the rest of us
No, I
that are
could
like,
not.
yeah, you could, dude. You're army.
Army doesn't mean that.
Yeah, you're the type of guy that will get into fights at the final four. I don't want to fucking hear it about you losing fights.
Sure. But well, I can't win a fight against LCS apparently.
None of us can.
I that's my biggest thing.
I'm
We've
curious.
lost. We've lost the war.
Oh, I've the amount of negatives, not negative, but like really like kind of doomer tweets that I've put out over the last like 5 days have been kind of bad. I had one person like I put out a hypothetical yesterday, just like genuinely asking, like, what would you do if the LCS died? Like, is there a replacement product? Like, just a thought experiment. And he comes into the
Mhm.
replies and is like, dude, shut the fuck up with your pessimistic doomer shit. It's like, god damn, is it? Have I really been that bad?
I don't think so. I think people are just like they don't want to hear that LCS could die, even though it's legit, bro. Like at this point, you have to sit there and think like this is low key that type of thing a league does when they're kind of just axing it. Like being played in the middle of the day is not building it up.
No,
Like I don't mean to say, but even bowling knows to put it on the weekends. Like you don't see bowling going, "Hey, we're moving our time slot to Thursday, Friday, middle of the day at noon." Like
yeah.
that's like saved for I don't know, women's college basketball. Like, you know.
I didn't even realize it until I watched Playing Game just before this, but Mark Z pointed out EU LCS used to be Thursday, Friday at this exact time slot until
Yeah.
2017 when they changed it.
Yeah. But for EU time it was evening. It was after work.
Yeah, it was still evening, but like their average viewership was like 100,000. It was
Oh,
nothing compared to it was
it
bad.
wasn't good.
No, it
Really?
wasn't good. And they specifically like it was one of those that Riot EU finally got
Mm,
separation from headquarters and was allowed to do whatever they wanted with the LEC without it being like the specific sister product to the LCS. And
mm.
they like within a year turned it around like that.
Yeah.
And obviously it's a culmination of a lot of different factors, like obviously
I
embracing the
wonder
broadcast talent more, etc. Everything
I
like
wonder if
that.
that's a thing though. Is that like a if like had if that's why LCS needs to separate a little bit?
I mean, you could try, but you're not going to be able to. I'd like they're
Yeah,
too
because they're just
tied in
too
with a corporate
close.
entity. Yeah.
Hmm.
Like I've said that from the beginning that your esports body needs to be a completely separate. Like LCS needs to be its own independent body from Riot Games Global. That doesn't report to them, that doesn't automatically get it like in this scenario we're being told that Jackie Felling had no decision on this. Chris Greeley had no decision on this. Like Riot Global said you're going to Thursday, Friday and that's it. Owners had no say. How the fuck did you agree to a partnership, or not even a franchise agreement, and
Hmm.
have zero say or power? I get
Well,
Riot
that
probably
yeah.
forced your hand early on and was like, "These are our terms. You either accept it or you don't." And people were like going tooth and nail over it. But like, you're better off at that point just letting Riot have all power and not paying, which is what they're doing with Valorant.
I think that's why they're why you see people like Reggie trying to get out, because he realizes that like this league doesn't have that voice. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like if an org like TSM, I'm not saying they're big now, but back in the day they were huge, and there must have been some time where he wasn't getting listened to, and he just went, "Yeah, I'm trying to cut this." Like, there's no reason, because it's pretty clear he's just like he's mailing in rosters until they decide that they're done with them. It honestly, that's what it looks like. It looks like he's trying to build rosters that won't win, so that he can get like he can tell them, "Look, we're not bringing in any viewers. Our brand is hurting. Just let us go. Like we're not
yeah.
helping you." Like he wants to sell the team, but they kind of don't want to let him type deal,
Oh,
and they're denying his sales. Because I can see it at this point. Because if they're not even listening to owners about a schedule, I could see a world where they deny his sale almost every time he brings in a possible buyer. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like I hate to say it, but I could see it because it kind of
I
feels like they're managing that style.
I just don't like. I'd love the thing that I wish that they would do. I wish they would have an open town hall and just like
No, they won't do that.
oh no,
But I agree.
they won't. But like that would
Yeah.
be the best case scenario. Like not even just the media, because the media is like the problem when you ask media questions is that you also control the media rights of who's able to be in there or not. And there's a lack of a proper power dynamic that exists there. Have like if you want to have guts behind it, literally go out and say, "Hey, to anyone that wants to come in that's an LCS fan, come into the LCS studio on this day at this time and let's talk. We're not
Yeah.
leaving until we talk all this out." And even if you get the hard truth, like I know that that's not the problem is like I say all this, but it's not corporate politics to do that. So I know it's not going to happen, but like in an ideal world, you just have the guts to do it and be honest with your
Yeah.
community. If the LCS is dying because North American fans aren't there, have that discussion and see if the community can help you give answers and like ways around it, because clearly your internal metrics just aren't cutting it.
Yep. I mean, that would be like that'd be beautiful though if they were willing to actually go and talk to the fans. But it kind of even looks like they don't even care about talking to the fans right now. They're just kind of in their own little world, hoping that the bubble doesn't burst right now and they can get through it. I mean, it just seems nonsensical though when you look at it. Like the decisions they made right now, it's like I don't know how, because one, your content creators aren't going to be able to build fans off this
Nope.
kind of schedule. They're because content creators aren't going to put out their content on the time that the game is happening because there's no like actual reason to. I mean, it's a bad time slot for people to put stuff out. So I don't think they're going to be doing that. I get their argument is that a lot of people watch streams on Twitch during weekdays, but I think those are casual fans. I don't think those are people looking for tournaments as much.
Yeah. The thing that I always say, there's a difference between an active audience and a passive one,
Yep.
and that's
Putting
massive.
something on in the background at work isn't
Yeah.
the audience you're trying to build for LCS.
No,
But that's the audience that they're catering to right now.
it is. I mean, well, the audience that they're catering to is not even American, so
True. I mean, that's true. Like, the only thing I can think of that gets away with these time slots is March Madness, but March Madness shuts down high schools.
that's like March Madness is literally its own event that you plan all year for.
Yeah.
Like it's
Like,
different. It's not the
high
same
schools
as like a
know
year long.
what's about to happen. Like, teachers know that kids in the back and even in the front row have a phone like behind the book, but you're not getting that vibe every week, and you can't, and teachers are willing to let it go for those 2 days. You're
Yeah.
not going to convince teachers to let this kind of stuff go for a whole semester.
No, I got away with that all the time when because I went to a school with all golfers. Anytime that
Hmm.
Masters Week came on, all the professors knew because they knew all the
Yeah.
golf kids, and they're like, "Look, you guys can watch. That's fine. Just don't disrupt class. Don't do anything. Don't be a dick about it. But like, if you're gonna have it on, I'm not gonna stop you. I understand. Like, you are literally going to college to enter this field. I'm not gonna stop you from doing the thing that's the pinnacle of your industry."
Yeah.
which was like really fucking cool from the
Yep.
professors. But you're not gonna get like some random kids like, oh, I want to have on LCS, on my
Yeah.
laptop. They're gonna be like, what the fuck are you doing? No.
Yeah. Especially when they're saying, yeah, it's a week 3 game in the regular season. They're gonna be like, okay.
And Golden Guardians is playing Immortals.
Yeah, I need to watch. Please, sir. Yeah,
To be
C9's about to curb stop TSM. This is huge for the industry.
Reggie might
Huge.
sell his house.
Yeah, this is so important right now. And the teacher's like, "Oh man, let me put it on the projector. Actually, we should all watch this." Like, the world doesn't shut down just for LCS, so I don't know what their plan is. Especially with everybody working too. Like,
Oh, I know.
I'm not even gonna be able to catch. I think I'll be able to catch almost all the games, only because I work nights and it fits in my schedule, but I'm not gonna have them on because when I initially wake up, I gotta talk to family, I gotta work out, and I have to do all this stuff, and I have to prepare my food for the day. So LCS is gonna be exactly what you said. I'm gonna be a passive watcher. If it's on my Chromecast, and I just happen to look over, and that's about it at the big plays. I'm not actually sitting down watching the 8 hours of LCS straight because there's not enough time in the world for me to do it.
I have no clue how I'm gonna figure out watch parties here in New York City because I
I
I
don't think there
talked.
will be any.
I'm gonna force it in some capacity, at least for a few weeks, and see how it
Yeah.
goes. Because I talked to Judy, thank you, Mr. Trump outs for the follow. Same with Pokemans. Um, I I want to force it just because we already have that audience that knows that it's gonna be there and will still come. Like there are a group of people that I know, like even if it is two shitty matches, we'll still get two people to show up for a happy hour if they can make it and their schedule allows. And
Hmm.
I don't know how well it's gonna go. And I talked to the lady that runs it. I wanted to get back to bi-weekly, and I'm gonna try and make that a thing so that people have like an every other week happy hour, because that's what this is gonna be. This is now going to be an LCS happy hour from 6 to 8 p.m. because none of us can get out of work prior to that.
Yep.
So how it's gonna go, I don't know. I got to reach out to OSNYC and a bunch of other spots to see who's available on Thursdays. What options do we have, um, and go from there and see about costs, and then also reach out to the various LCS orgs and just be like, hey, got any merch that you're looking to give away? I'm trying something here. Like I'm trying my
Yeah.
best to drive an active audience for you guys. Give me something
I
to work
think
with.
I think you also made a really good point though about how uh them not even like putting the procuring the schedule to fit the times that they're doing is the most insane thing to me.
Well,
Like
they're
the
doing it
fact
to play
that
into that audience still.
yeah, yeah, like putting the fact that they're still starting the day with the marquee games and ending it with the just okay games is wild to me because then your happy hour watchers are watching Immortals versus TSM week 1. That's like the people who get off work, barely walked in a little late, maybe they got stuck in traffic or something, right? Or the bus ran late, subway, I don't know how it works in New York, but the
Both.
slow commuters, like they're all gonna walk in and they're gonna be like, okay, so I get one game this week that I can really sit down and watch today, and it's TSM Immortals. Sick.
Gives you a reason to drink. Am I right? We're driving
Yeah,
business for.
like, like that really makes me want to buy merch. That really makes me want to hype up the league. It's like, and then what do I do after that? I guess I'll just watch the VOD of C9 100 Thieves because that's what I get.
Like
Like,
you're legitimately forcing us to watch the shittiest match, and like it becomes a
mhm,
meme because
it
like
does.
we all know that we're watching the shittiest match. Like
Yep.
nobody that's going to an LCS watch party is oblivious to that, and it's like even like all the time whenever we're there, I try and introduce people to the game that might not know about it, that might be fans of other games or might not even know video games at all, and they'll ask like, "Oh, what is this matchup? What are the stakes?" this is a ninth and 10th place match. Oh, when
Yeah,
are
I
the good
don't.
games on? The good games are on during a time at which you probably can't watch, assuming you're here for the same reason that we are. So I just won't bother telling you about it.
You ready for the last two games for the opening week
Oh no, I
on
don't
both
want to.
days? CLG Dig. So if that's
That's
your
not
happy
horrible.
hour, you're starting off with CLG Dig, then it's Immortals TSM.
Oof,
Then the next day you're getting Dig TL, so that's okay.
that's
Again,
okay.
your last game of the day is Immortals Golden Guardians.
Oh, that's rough.
So your happy hour has two games of Immortals.
I'm
That's
curious
pretty rough. And two games of Dig.
if you go the next 3 weeks, are Dignitas and Immortals also the last two games?
Immortals is in the last two games of the day, the first 3 weeks of the year.
Wow.
They're at least in one of the last two games of the day.
I the thing that I want to say, because I know Charlie, who I think does content for Immortals, follows me on Twitter and engages with some of my stuff. He brought up the point that like, oh, this is actually good for like building fan bases for other teams as you like bleed viewership into them. I don't buy that argument whatsoever. Because if that was the case, then that would have worked with the LCS maintaining the schedule as is for the last 5 years, where we
Yeah.
have all the good teams play games 1 through 3, and then games 4 through 5 are exactly what they are now, and just like a snooze fest. If that was the case, it would work. I don't think building a brand comes from anything on game day. I think building a brand and building an image comes from all things that you do outside of that and eventually work your way into it. If Immortals and CLG are fun to watch outside of just game day, then people will
Yeah.
start tuning in on game days. I think that's your
Now
key, not just bleeding in viewership as EU players go to or EU fans go to bed.
now also though, what would kill your viewership or kill your fan base is if you're getting the prime time slots and you're losing every single time.
Yeah.
If you go like 2-16 on the year, let's say I expect Immortals to go 4-14. That's a
Yeah.
safe bet. That's probably what'll happen. If they go 4-14, that means that they were in one of the most watched time frames, just getting curb stomped every single week for a full season. That's
Yep.
terrible for building a fan base. Nobody's even gonna check out your other stuff because they just don't care about you. Like,
Yeah.
winning solves a lot of problems, and losing creates a lot more. Losing is loud. It's
If you're
very
gonna
loud.
and if you're gonna lose, you need to do it in an entertaining manner, which is
Yep.
not something LCS teams or LCS fans have been able to do for pretty
No,
much
no.
ever. Like that, like our bottom teams are all like, unless it's like the only time a bottom team was talked about
Yeah.
heavily was whenever it was like TSM falling from grace. And now that they've been on the bottom for so long, people don't even waste as much time anymore with it. And it's
Yep.
like that is the exact like byproduct of what you're saying.
And nobody what is it? No, there's no draft. So it's not
No.
like it's fun to lose. You can't just sit there and make stuff up and go like, "Let's go." Just like I've been all year at the Colts, right? We blew the biggest lead in NFL history, and literally I sat there like this the whole time. That's fine. I was like, this is fine. A lot of my friends were spam typing all the things wrong with the team, and I went to our group chat and put, "We just moved from the 8th pick to the 5th pick. I'm happy." And I said, "We're now a top 5 team in April." And one of my friends was like, that does make me
That's
feel
sound
better.
logic.
And he
Yep.
stopped typing. And he was like, "I'm happy now." And I was like, "That's what I'm saying." I was like, "You don't have that LCS. You can't just put in the group chat, 'Hey boys, the building's burning, but we get sniper in like a year, so who cares?' Like, we're fine."
Speaking
There's
of
none of
that,
that.
have you watched any of the 100 Thieves content that has come out?
Not really. I don't.
Oh, dude, Tenacity's
I don't
already
watch him like
become
that.
he's become one of my
I've heard
favorite
he's
players.
funny.
Dude's fucking hilarious. Just blunt about everything.
Yeah.
Like just won't handle shit from double lift. Like just is constantly like shit talking like passive aggressively while also like having this very clear like fuckboy look and attitude to him.
Yep.
Did you see the picture that they tweeted out with T1 today?
No.
Hold up, I'll send you this. he is the most out of place person I've ever seen in my life.
Well, him and Owner must have looked huge because Owner's also like
Oh no,
mega jacked.
owner looks like a fucking dwarf compared to him. It's
Oh,
hilarious.
I
Hold
just
up,
mean
what's
like
up?
Owner's like super fit though. Like Owner's like the hot guy of TL
No,
or
like
T1.
there's a hot guy, and then you look at the one guy on the far left that is just like clear like, wait, what the fuck
He
is the
is
model
huge.
doing in with all the gamers? Like what
Yeah,
the fuck is going on here? It is hilarious.
it is pretty funny.
It's like, oh my god, I love this guy. I feel so bad that he's not going to be on 100 Thieves next year, but I freaking love him.
Y'all keep talking like that unless he plays good.
If he plays well, I'm not getting into that debate again. I'm already hyped for 100 Thieves this year. I'll save that for end of the year.
Y'all gotta quit saying stuff like that though. Like y'all are worse than even like TSM fans back in the day. We didn't sit there and go, well, Sven will be gone in a year. We at least like let it be when he
Yeah, you also
sucks.
didn't have talent development. You didn't have
Yeah,
players
but you guys
underneath these
just like
players.
absolutely trash talking your rookie before he's played a game
I'm
is
not trying.
wild to me.
I'm saying I will continue to say that Tenacity is going to be a top 3 top laner in the LCS this year.
Yeah, it's just the ending it with the too bad he won't be on the roster next year is such a cut.
I know it sucks, but it's the truth. Like I don't know what to say. Like you're looking at me and telling me with a straight face that that Sniper's not starting on 100 Thieves next year.
I don't know. I think it depends on how good Hunter Thieves does.
Even if 100 Thieves wins the split and Tenacity is a top 3 top laner in the league.
I could see him thinking about it.
But give me a yes or no. You are the GM of 100 Thieves. You have to make the call.
Oh, if I keep, well, it depends how well Tenacity plays on the whole season.
He's
Like it
third,
literally
has a very
depends on what
consistent
I
year.
see.
He's third and has a
Like
very consistent year.
clear cut third best.
Clear cut third best.
You win one of the two splits.
We win one of the 2 splits.
Then I'd keep him if it depends on how the top two looked. Why wouldn't you if you know what you got? Is Sniper
Because
signed for 2 years through Academy or one?
I'm not sure, but
And
I
is he
don't
a
think.
senior in high school?
Yes, he will
Or
be up at starting spring split of next year. He will be of age.
to play?
Yes.
Will he be graduated?
No, but I think he's homeschooled already, anyways.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't know how you'd cut a guy if you're winning. I know
I
TSM
don't
did it,
know.
but
I
I'm
don't know
saying
either,
if you
but it's
cut
like
him and Sniper ends up not working out, and he goes on to be even better at the other place, which I know people just keep saying Sniper will work out, but it happens. People don't work out.
no, it does.
And if he does work out wherever he goes, it's gonna get ugly quick, especially if he goes to EG
Yeah.
and he just starts curb stomping kids with JoJo.
The thing that you're gonna have as well is like it's not like we're just seeing Tenacity play independent of like not seeing Sniper at all. We will have a full year of Sniper in Academy. If Sniper is
True,
like
but Academy is way different.
true, but at the same time, Jojo Pune was the best player in Academy, and they chose him over Jensen, which I think is the smart. Like, I know Academy talent is not as good as the LCS, but if you are consistently a top
Yeah.
player, if you are smashing, it's one of those that like you can't like you look bad at that point for not at minimum selling him off, and
Well,
even then it's
Tenacity
like
was
ugh.
stopping people and they just
Because
left him in Academy.
it's the exact same situation where it's like
Yeah,
Tenacity was supposed to go in. He joked about that in the video as well.
he
Was
did.
like, yeah, he's like, I kind of sat in a full year of fucking academy. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
It's like I was part of the 6-man roster that how well that went. It's like, dude,
Yep.
chill, chill just
Six-man
a little
roster
bit.
is always a lie. A six-man roster just means that you're trying to figure out which one of the two you're gonna go with for the rest of the year.
Yeah, and
And
someday
you haven't
had an
decided
MVP
yet.
level split. So it's like
Yeah.
you are literally because in that scenario, I think Tenacity stays on 100 Thieves. If he has an MVP level split, I think you sell Sniper. But
They
I think it's
probably
one of
will
the, like, you need proof
if he does
that
that.
Tenacity is your franchise player in the
Yep.
first year. It
Now, if
needs to
100
be
Thieves
very
isn't
abundantly clear.
winning, I can see a real world where they sell everyone but Busio.
Oh, dude, I can see that too. Because
Like,
Closer, I'm interested to see how he does this year. Closer's like
I
the
think he'll be
forgotten
really good.
stepchild.
Yeah.
He's on the
No, he's
team.
not. Y'all
Nobody
talk
remember.
about him a lot.
Look at all the content. If you look at all the content, it's like
Oh, right
we have
now,
the
yeah.
yeah, like we
Yeah.
have the two new players of
Oh, okay.
Tenacity and Busio. We have the goats of Double Lift and Bjergsen and Closer. And it's like
Yeah.
I get it because by all means like he is like the returning
Mhm.
face, but it is hilarious. I don't know.
It is kind of wacky because the dude's been the face of the team kind of for a minute. Like, and now you just have such big personalities that he's not the face anymore.
Yeah.
Like, it's just how it is.
He was the face because he was the best player on the team, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't think he
Yeah.
was the face of the team because he like actually was
He still
vocal.
is technically the best player on the team.
Oh yeah, no, he is by far and away the best player on the team right now. But like
Yeah.
now we're at the point where like he can pop off while all four other players are just out there talking the entire time.
Yep. Yep.
And I love
It's
it.
gonna be interesting. I do
I
wonder how his playstyle will clash with Bjerg's though.
just to answer this question real quick because I saw it in chat. Why the move to Twitch? Because I am committing to actual content creation, and Twitch is going to be where I stream everything, with VODs going up on YouTube. But it's smarter for growth, and I think Paul would agree. But sorry to derail the conversation a little bit like that. But
No, it's all good. I'm just saying, like, I think they will be crazy good to watch, and they'll be fun to watch all their stuff. And, but I don't know. I don't know. I feel bad because they finally got this like roster that's supposed to be super interesting, and then LCS kind of shafted them.
oh, I know. It pains me that like
Yeah.
we have the most hyped storylines this year out of any year.
Like of the two schools right now, right? You have 100 Thieves put all this effort in, did all this stuff, and now they're gonna shine. Oh, like they're supposed to be shining. Then you have TSM, who did absolutely nothing. Let the team kind of just keep dwindling. And now they look like geniuses because they're trying to get out of LCS and they're like this. They're like, see why we didn't try? This is why. And now people are like, well, kind of fair they didn't try. And it sucks because you never want to have any time in sports where you can even make up the idea that it's okay to not try. Like,
I
unless
agree.
you have a draft, which we don't have a draft. You're not taking for Wembenyama. He's not coming. Nobody's coming to save you if you lose. You just suck. And that's about it.
Speaking of draft, uh, we only have 10 minutes left because Emily will be home
Oh,
shortly.
yeah.
So I need to make sure that I am like done with the podcast. I apologize for everybody. This is going to
Sounds
be
good.
a shorter video for those that are watching. For all 9 people here, thank you for tuning in. If you're not following, be sure to drop a follow. But Paul, I'm going to let you pick the draft topic this week. Whatever you want, we will do. That is my Christmas gift to you. It can be literally anything. We're gonna title this Paul's Draft.
All right, let's do the best TSM moments. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I'm
I'm
down.
kidding. We're
I
not
will do
doing that.
whatever you want.
We're not doing that. The draft I want to do best slash most influential, if I could speak English, LCS junglers of all time.
LCS junglers. Ooh,
Yep.
okay. So Paul, David. Hey, we met the 100 follower goal.
Oh, nice.
Thank you so much, Gold.
Gosh dang. Smithy #1 or bust.
Well, we're about to find out whether Paul actually is a true LCS fan or if he's just a TSM diehard. Because I will also give Paul first pick of the draft.
Oh dear. Ugh. I don't know. Because I said best slash most influential. And I said it for a reason. It's because I wanted to take Dominate first.
You gotta take I will dominate first.
Yeah, I think while he was playing, he was fun to watch, but more importantly, his live streaming afterwards, his co-streaming, I've enjoyed a lot, and I think that added a lot to his legacy of LCS jungling.
Okay, so we're saying beyond just the Rift as well.
I
That
guess so,
ooh.
yeah.
I mean you kinda have to.
Yeah,
Um ooh. Um I gotta go with the obvious one. I'm gonna go
yeah.
I'm I gotta go Smithy. I think that's fairly
I just don't want
obvious.
Smithy because he did things to my team, and I was trying to give him away to you.
Okay, that's fair.
I hold grudges. But my second is the odd one.
Oh god damn. Wow. That's good, but I will one up you. And he is arguably just as important in the content game.
Oh no.
I'm taking Meteos.
Oh, how did, bro? How did I let him get to fourth?
Yes.
Oh my gosh,
Oh, that
that's
brings me back in the
actually
game.
stupid. That's stupid good. Oh, now I'm nervous for my next pick.
Luna, come on.
Oh, okay. Oh man, influential and
You
best.
fumbled the bag on that one.
I dropped Meteos
Luna.
pretty bad. I think I could have had the odd one third.
You oh yeah, you probably would have because I
Yeah.
that's a name I wouldn't even remember.
Mm. Who's the next one I want to take? Oh, I'm debating between two, but I think I'm gonna go. I think I can get the next one next pick. I'm gonna go Santorin for now.
Okay, you're gonna go Santorin. Wait, what?
Why?
Santorin
Yeah, you don't like him as a pick?
as an influential jungler in the
Like
LCS?
best slash most influential.
No.
He won a lot of trophies at a lot of places.
You know who's won more than him? And my number 3 pick?
Oh, you're gonna take him. I'm an
Blabber.
idiot. Oh, you took Blabber. Okay, Svenskeren. Whoo!
I knew you were gonna take Svenskeren, but I think Blabber is like the next generation,
That's
and
fair.
I don't know if I spelled Svenskeren's name correctly at all. Uh, I'm not willing to. I'm not willing to pick Blabber over or Svenskeren over Blabber. Like even though,
That's fair.
by all means, like I feel like that roster was more like double if Bjergsen. It's one of those that like he slotted in. He was good, but not.
I think I just like him because then he went to Cloud9 and EG and he looked still good.
That's fair.
And I have fond memories of him. What can I say?
Okay. Um. Oh man. The problem is I don't know older league history, and I feel like I'm at a disadvantage here because anything prior to 2018 I don't remember. I wasn't
Yep,
here
because I've
for it.
already
I
pulled
don't
out some
know.
names. I've already
Exactly.
called
You
out.
like two of your like I will dominate. I legitimately would never have thought of because I didn't even remember that he was a jungler in the LCS.
Hmm.
Um. Shit. I got two in my mind, but I think I have to go with one of them. Um.
If you don't take him, I have a really
I'm
good
gonna
fifth
go.
pick.
I'm gonna go Rush.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. I gotta go the content route. I think he's just overall a bigger figure than the other person I was gonna pick. Uh, and I think his impact on the LCS and his name still reverberates around the scene to this day. Final pick for
Hmm.
you. Who you got?
Can't decide. I gotta think. I'm thinking. I don't know if I want to go him with that though.
depending on what your last pick is. If your last pick is good, then I have to pick something different than what I want to pick. If it's not good, then I will pick the one that I'm hoping for.
Let me look this up real quick and make sure I'm right. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go. Even though he's a weird pick. He's a weird pick. You're all gonna have to hear me out, but I'm going Rain over.
That's not a weird pick.
Okay, it's not.
No,
Alright.
but I think I beat you. So let me walk you through my thought process here for this final pick.
Okay.
I have one of three options that I was considering. I was thinking Reignover, or like one of the better junglers that's ever played in the LCS on Immortals, even though he fell off afterwards. You know, not great, but also like not a name that like really like goes above the upper echelons of League of
True.
Legends. So I was trying to think, okay, who's got like a very memorable moment in League of Legends? And Mike Young would be that guy. That came and was supposed to be this hyped up player and just fell so flat on his ass. Is
You
like
know
a
who I
coach, but that's not who I'm picking. That's not who
Oh.
I'm picking.
Oh.
That is not who I'm picking.
If you take him, I'm gonna lose my mind.
There is only one player that is perfect for this list. That is the golden boy of toxic content before he
Yep,
even
there
dominate
it goes.
was good
Oh
at it.
no.
I am going Dardoch for my fifth pick.
Yep. I was worried you'd take him. I was so worried.
And now we open up. Hold up, I need to make
You
a
won.
I need to
You
make a
won.
poll in chat. Or I don't even know how to make a poll in Twitch chat. Just start spamming it. Who wins, Paul or Dave? We'll count them up.
I was literally sitting there, and I was like,
I think I win that
I was
easy.
debating Reignover and Dardoch, and I sat here and I was like, bro, I was like, it's Reignover or Dardoch, and that's why I said this is gonna be a weird one, and I was like,
Oh, this is
Dardoch
great.
is so good.
I won this. I 100% won this.
Oh man, Saint Vicious. A lot of people wanted Saint Vicious.
I don't even know who that is.
Really?
No, I have no clue who that
Old
is.
Curse jungler. When TL was Curse, he was their jungler, and he was pretty toxic. He was funny.
I don't even know what he looks like. I can't even put a like every other person on this list, barring Odd One, I can put a face to. I can't for him.
I only went with Reignover because of I think his coaching was better than his actual like play in LCS. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like his coaching was fun. But
I mean, I don't know. Dardoch Breaking Point speaks for itself.
Dardoch's breaking point was pretty influential. Like when you take the influential part, you know what I mean?
Yep.
That right there is what I think sets Dardoch as like this just like psycho jungler.
Agreed. This is gonna be a great
Meteos,
clip.
I
For
can't
social
believe I
media.
let Meteos get that far.
I know. Neither can I. I
just
started
can't
thinking
believe-
after you took Dominate, I was like, okay, I have to pick the guy that won the most. Like it
Yeah.
feels dishonorable to not pick Smithy.
You put Meteos at 2, Odd One at 3rd, and St. Torrance and Scairn, I feel like my
Oh yeah,
team
you
is
smash
muddy.
me. If you get Meteos over me
Yeah.
getting them, I think you smash
And
me
you don't
because
even
I
know
would.
the Odd One.
No, I would
So,
never have remembered. So
yep,
that's on you. You flubbed that one.
I did flub it.
But
Dang.
it is 11 o'clock. I know my wife and her
Yep,
best friend
yep.
are coming home, so unfortunately we have to wrap this up. Twitch chat, thank you for coming out again. I'll just reiterate this: all of my live streams will now be on Twitch. I think I tried the YouTube thing. I don't think it worked, all things considered, and I think that Twitch is going to be the better place to grow the general game of League of Legends. It just is the case for now. By all means, I love YouTube, but just is what it is. Thank you for coming out for the stream, whether it was earlier for the crossover podcast. We will be here. Are you going to be able to do this next week as well?
Should be, yeah.
Okay, because I'll be back
Well,
from our holiday trip. So
yeah, I'll be able to because it's after Christmas, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll see you all next week. Thank you for 100 followers on Twitch. Really appreciate it. And
Kilo.
Paul, any parting words? I know there's something you've got to say.
Yeah, let's boogie. Don't forget. I'm just gonna say it. He's been putting on Twitter gifs of people dancing. So he's bought in. He learned what the word boogie means in English, and he's been dancing on his Twitch streams and stuff. I kind of like the dude. I'm not gonna lie.
We'll
Like,
see. He's not as good
he's
as
fun.
Tenacity. Tenacity's the
Well,
man.
he's a jungler, so I hope he's not as good as Tenacity at top lane.
True. Mason,
You
we
wait
will
until Boogie solo absolutely canyons closer Tenacity.
we'll see. Mason, we will play together sometime, I promise. But I will catch you all later. I have to end the stream here. Adios.